Hey guys, Bradley Overrated, and today I'll be talking about the Nintendo Switch. And to those of you that don't know, it's no surprise at this point, but the Nintendo Switch is doing really well, over 17 million units sold. And one of the reasons why I have discovered this recently, but one of the reasons why the Nintendo Switch is selling so well is because of the genius one IP per month strategy. And you're probably wondering, what on earth is that? Well, let me explain this to you because I think I'm onto something here. And in order to explain what I'm talking about, let's go back to June when they released ARMS for the Nintendo Switch, which was this new IP. It was really unique. It's pretty fun actually. I'm surprised by how much I enjoy the game, but it came out in June of last year, and then the following month in July they came out with Splatoon 2. A relatively new IP for Nintendo. Splatoon came out on the Wii U. This one's really good as well, so that was fine and dandy. And then in August, they had some third-party help, but still a Nintendo exclusive all the same, with Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which took everyone by surprise, myself included, especially by just how good that game was. Then in September we had Pokken Tournament DX. While it was a Wii U port, it is still a Nintendo exclusive all the same. And then October we actually got two Nintendo exclusives, Fire Emblem Warriors, and then our granddaddy of them all, Super Mario Odyssey. Which, by the way, love that game. Super good game. But as you can see, every single month Nintendo has been making sure that if nothing else, they will at least have a Nintendo exclusive come out. Now in November they didn't have any come out, but I feel like November, there were two reasons behind that. The first one being that they had two IPs, exclusive ones, come out last month in October, and then the second one being there was a lot of third-party support to back it up. In November we had Rocket League releasing, Doom for the Nintendo Switch, LA Noire Remastered came out, Resident Evil Revelations. All of these third-party games were coming out, and Nintendo kind of focused heavily on them, probably to make those companies happy. So after November passes, we get December, and of course Xenoblade Chronicles 2 comes out, an entirely new Nintendo game. And then January comes out, and January didn't have any. I understand that, so it kind of, you think it debunks my theory here. But it's January, guys. I mean, come on, January is January. Nobody really releases hardly any big games, usually in January. So, I'm giving myself a little pass here because up until now, starting all the way back in February, this, at least one main Nintendo exclusive thing that I'm talking about, has happened. So let's go over it. In February, we had Bayonetta 2 come back out, another Wii U port. In March, we had Kirby Star Allies, and I've really enjoyed that game. I have a review of it. If you want to check it out on my channel, you're more than welcome to. Then April comes along, and we have Nintendo Labo, another really unique idea for Nintendo. And I have it. I haven't tried it yet. I'm a little bit scared. I'm afraid I'm going to ruin the cardboard, but I do have it. And then May comes around and we get two more Nintendo IPs. You get Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze and you get Hyrule Warriors. Both of them are Wii U ports, but both of them are really good Wii U ports. So as you can see, Nintendo has been releasing an exclusive every single month almost since, honestly, the Nintendo Switch's birth. I mean, even all the way back then you can think of Marches as The Legend of Zelda and April's being Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I mean, they had Nintendo exclusive trying to launch, if possible, every single month. And I think this is part of the reason why the Nintendo Switch has been so successful. Because now when you say what exclusives come out on the system that there are that you can only play on Nintendo, I mean, you can just list them off. You can say ARMS, Splatoon 2, Donkey Kong Country, Bayonetta 2, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, lots of twos. But you see, that's the point though, is even if they're Wii U ports, they're still Nintendo exclusives and you can only play them on Nintendo consoles. And at this point, most people will only be playing on Nintendo Switch because the Wii U sold like a giant pile of dirt. Nobody bought that thing. I did. Loved it. It was great. Wonderful birthday present, thanks wife, but that's besides the point. So when we look forward though, because it's only May, E3's coming out, and you gotta ask, well, what's coming out in June that's a Nintendo exclusive? And the answer to that is Mario Tennis comes out. Mario Tennis Aces, to be precise, and that game looks really fun, but once again, it's another Nintendo exclusive that is coming out, and it doesn't actually stop there. In July, we get a third-party exclusive, Octopath Traveler by Square Enix, and we also get another Nintendo exclusive, and it's a Wii U port, and that's Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which, by the way, is an amazing game, and you really need to pick that one up and give it a try, especially if you didn't have a chance to on the Wii U. It's just wonderful. So we already know what Nintendo's IPs are going to be all the way up until July now, that followed this exact same trend. And then when you look at August, if you want to count another third-party game, you have a game like Monster Hunter Generations that is getting the Ultimate Edition for Nintendo Switch that's coming out at the end of August. But not even counting that, we already know basically what to expect from Nintendo this year. For example, they've already announced the new Yoshi game, which sounds like a perfect game to be coming out in August, end of summer. It has a nice little summer vibe to it when you look at it. So you know there's going to be a new Yoshi game coming out this year. You also know that there's going to be another Nintendo third-party exclusive in Shin Megami Tensei 5 that is coming out this year. They already said it's going to happen, so I'm expecting a release date at E3, but that's a game that could easily happen this year, probably in September or October. But it doesn't even stop there. We also know that Super Smash Bros. Is due to come out as well. Not to mention there's also going to be the new Fire Emblem game that was slated for 2018. And if you count, let's say, Super Smash Bros. Comes out in September, Shin Megami Tensei 5 comes out in October, Fire Emblem comes out in November, and you had Yoshi that came out in August, that leaves December up for grabs. And December, if I was to say any game to come out in December that would be a big hit, that would be Pokemon. Now, there's been a lot of rumors that Pokemon's going to come out, but in a lot of ways it makes sense just because if you stop and you consider that Nintendo has been on this trend of releasing at least one major exclusive every single month, that would be a big one. And obviously, whether or not it releases in December is entirely all up to when you think it's gonna release, if it even releases. Fire Emblem could release in December, Pokemon could release in August. All I'm saying is they are making an IP and an exclusive every single month going forward, and I believe this trend's going to keep going for a while because they have plenty of other things they can do, like release more Wii U ports. I know a lot of you are sick of the Wii U ports, but I'm loving that they're releasing them because they needed a love. There were so many good Nintendo exclusives that didn't get a fair shot on the Wii U, and now they can. Alright guys, that wraps it up for me. I want to know what you think about my theory about the Nintendo one-a-month exclusive theory. I don't have a really good name for it, but let me know if you think there's some truth to what I'm saying right now. Let me know if you think I'm just blowing smoke up my woo-ha! And I'll see you guys on the next episode. As always, if you don't like my content, bear comfort in the fact that I am Bradley Overrated. And if you do happen to like my content, be sure to like and subscribe. Apparently there's a subscribe button that's really nice and helpful. It doesn't really help me, but I always appreciate new subscribers and new people to follow me as I gradually make this really, really mediocre channel special. So yeah, anyways, that's it for me. I'm out like a trout. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you next time.